Alrighty, boys and girls, well, look at that. Now we got Pepe closing that monster monthly candle, starting the PepeVerse bubble, the PepeVerse season. As we're seeing now, all related coins are pumping. Now we have Breton Base going above $1 billion, which is a 3x from the lows. And we do have also Andy on 8 going for a massive monster run, signaling that we have a PepeVerse bubble season that I've been talking about now, that started since, you remember guys, I told you Pepe putting in another all-time high. This will start that Pepe season, and we're seeing this happening not only with these coins I've shown you now, but a lot of other related PepeVerse coins that I'm gonna go through in today's video. And we're gonna be looking also at other top meme coins like Book of Meme, BONK, Floki, and what's happened with those. So with no further ado, let's get in today's video. And as usual, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And remember, nothing's financial advice. The show is for entertainment and some education and hopefully finding God. Now guys, let's go to what's happening now today in the space. Now, meme coins are back. The meme coin season, it seems like we have a meme coin summer now, right? Like people were calling for AI and other coins summer, but I do think now we believe our eyes, right guys? Meme coin summer is here, right? So everything is pumping, especially meme coins. And we have Andy on it as a very perfect example for people that have no patience, right? Because you know what's the number one problem with meme coins is not actually finding the right meme coin, it's actually holding, right? So let's go through Andy on it just to show you and give you an example on Andy on it, right? So Andy on it got listed, or at least like the first pump took it around 3 million, then it faded into nothing, right? Down to 300k in its market cap. And then from 300k it went up to 100, let's say, or to 100. But from 300k or 400k to that 30 million, that's a 100x already, right? For people that like were all along here around this part or time here selling, thinking this is not it, this narrative is not strong, this narrative is not gonna make it, or basically people that buy coins because they feel good about buying the coin and they don't understand why the coin has potential, right? So then it made 100x. Now it's then went from doing nothing for a long time, right? For doing nothing, and then now today it's at 200, almost $300 million in its market cap, which completed from 300k, right? Completed a 1000x, right? So meme coins by far are going to be the biggest gainers. We're going to see these kind of charts with a lot of coins, right? A lot of meme coins, especially a lot of 100x's, 1000x's. This bull market, guys, is possibly going to be that bull market that's going to make most of the millionaires, and especially people like us, the retail people that don't have access to stuff behind the scenes like the VCs with utility coins. This bull market is all going to be like that with meme coins, and we're going to see this playing over and over and over. And the only thing here, guys, is, as I keep saying, narrative is number one, and the second one is to be patient. Literally, imagine people that sold here, right, at 300k, because a lot of people, oh, 300k, this thing is going to zero, and then right after it you see it going for 100x, and you think it's done with, and then it goes for another 10x from here, which completes another 1000x, and probably this could go to $1 billion or $2 billion, which is going to complete a 10,000x. So these kind of gains are only going to happen in meme coins in today's cycle, in today's market, and this is possibly the biggest opportunity we got here. And just to give you some perspective here, guys, just to show you why you should be patient, this thing took around 90 days for it to complete that 1000x, and it might take over another 6 months or a year to get to $1 billion or $2 billion. And during that time, we're going to see a lot of disbelief, a lot of FUD, a lot of stuff coming and going, and usually what usually triggers those meme coin seasons, as I've been saying, is Pepe pumping. So now if we go to the top meme coins, the top narrative this cycle is going to be Pepe and the PepeVerse and the coins related to Pepe. Now we even have Breton Base going to the 1 billion. Now Breton Base now is the top meme coin on Base, right? There is also Breton Eat, which is related to Andy, which one I'm going to come back to, which is the PepeVerse on Eat. But now we're going to talk about Breton Base and the Base chain. So Breton Base pulled that 1 billion rally, and you guys can guess what happened. So now this is going to keep playing the whole cycle. If you just get this one right, you're going to make a lot of money. So Breton Base put a $1 billion in its market cap. You know what happened, guys? Believe it or not, we had a Base chain meme coin season, or we are having it. We're on it right now. So if you go to any other Pepe related or Brett related stuff or any PepeVerse coin on the Base chain, you will see they all had a spike. So if we write in here Landwolf, now there is Landwolf on ETH, there is Landwolf on AVAX, there is a Landwolf on Base, there is Landwolf on Solana. You know where I stand. The PepeVerse coins, it doesn't matter, right? I don't care what team is behind which coin and what the coin does, or even how much effort they're putting in, because now I'm going to show you, like, it's not even about effort at this point. point. It's just all in the name, all in the narrative. The crypto space is all about the narrative and speculation, right? You have to understand that. So there is a land wolf on ETH that's also running now. There are two actually, and both have potential, right? So it doesn't matter which one you got. That's very important. Like for me, most importantly, I want the cheaper one, right? So this one is another land wolf, or a land wolf on ETH. So land wolf on ETH, if you go to the market cap, went to $15 million market cap on its launch. Let's say you missed that, right? And then it went down here, like it started selling around 3 million. Now that wasn't the cheapest option, right? And then now it started pumping to that 40-50 million, which is almost like a 10-15x from the lows, right? And it's picking up, and you can see that this started to happen the 20th of May. So if we go to Pepe here, what happened in the 20th of May? Like look at that, guys. This is the week, the 20th of May. You see this huge weekly candle? This is Pepe breaking out with strength, right? What did this trigger? A PepeVerse season. And if we go, we're gonna see many of these examples. Like right after that, this one started to pump, and now with Brett on base pumping, it started the base chain season. If you go to base chain now and you go to any PepeVerse related, or even not related at this point, but the PepeVerse ones are the strongest, there is a land wolf on base, right? So if we look at this land wolf on base, that's a very interesting one as well that I shared on my Discord, by the way. So this one also like went to 5 million, then down to 800, right? Then up to 4, then slowly sold off to that 1 million, and then it went to 8 million, which is like an 8x from the lows, right? And suddenly it started rallying. And when did this start? It started right with Brett on base breaking out. So there are countless examples of these PepeVerse coins on base right now pumping because of this narrative, which is the strongest, which is gonna be the strongest, right? So there is a bird dog on base, also another really good example of how you can be hunting for gems. So this bird dog on base, you can see, guys, like this, most people will tell this is like a Solana meme coin is going down, it's nothing gonna happen to it, right? Like, so it went to 1.7 million, which is really not impressive, right, in today's market. Went down to 300, then up to 1 million, and then down to 200, 100, right? And then it skyrocketed, like it started with that base chain rally, right, to 1.5, 1.7 million, which is another 10x. Now, I haven't checked much what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not checking, even at this point, I'm not checking what their Twitter page looks like. I'm not checking what their Telegram looks like. I'm pretty sure they did not get any exchange listings. I'm pretty sure they did not get anything substantially strong enough to get them to pump 10x overnight. Other than, like, keep in mind, that's why those things are predictable, guys. If you just get this one right, like, it's so predictable and easy. People say meme coins are hard to trade, you know, because they want to diss meme coins. They want to talk about their other coins, right? But it's pretty simple. Like, as soon as I saw Brett on base started to rally, I was like, this gonna trigger base chain meme coins to start to pump. Like, we even have Toshi that started to pump, but the market prefers the PepeVerse coins, right? So if you missed Brett on base, or like you think like it's a high market cap, it's too expensive, right? I'm not gonna make major excess returns on that. And you just started looking for other ones, right? You'll have found 2 times 10x. And if you keep just looking, if you write Pepe, right, there was a Pepe on base. This one started its rally right with Pepe here, with this like 20 May pump. And when I told you guys this is it, the PepeVerse season, the meme coin season is gonna start, and it's related. It started here, like I still have this mark, right? So the 20th of May, like look at that now, guys. You see this 20th of May started this one, started the pump. Now we're gonna see this playing out over and over and over and over and over and over and over, right? The most important thing here is, like, I shared with you also Brett on ETH. I shared with you this Pepe. I shared with you other PepeVerse coins. I'm still looking for other PepeVerse coins, but there is one thing very major to understand, because I know some of you guys, what you do is you see this coin here doing nothing, right? And you think to yourself, it's never gonna pump because the chart is not sexy enough for it to attract you, right? Or to make you feel like you want it. But people forget what we actually look for is the narrative. And usually people, like, when they see this, they either sell or don't get into the coin, but they don't get the point of why a coin pump. And then suddenly this coin will do this, right? And then, oh my God, now we want it again. So this gonna be playing out throughout this cycle. Like, whatever you are into right now, like Brett on E that I've been sharing, or Pepe on base, or Pepe or other Pepes, or like, it doesn't matter. Basically, like, the PepeVerse coins, just on the name, right? Like if the name is close to Brett, Andy, Land Wolf, it's on ETH or Base, which is very important. Like I told you guys, the PepeVerse is gonna play on ETH and the Base chain, the PepeVerse coins. Like I know there is a Land Wolf on AVAX. I still do think also that's gonna play out, because also like blockchain meme coins, the ones that are related to the PepeVerse are also gonna rally and perform really well, and we have the signs today, right? So the most important is to understand really is if you are on some coin like that, you want to wait for that to happen. You want to wait for that massive pump, because they sooner or later happen, and we've seen this over and over and over now. So if you've missed it on Andy, you can use Andy as an example, or if you missed Brett on Base, you can use that as an example, because these things are gonna keep playing, right? You can see this tiny spot here. This is where most of these other PepeVerse coins are now. They are here. They're literally here, and slowly the market is gonna start to wake up to those, right? The market is gonna start to see, all right, so there are some other Bretts and some other Andys and some other Land Wolves, and they're all in different places. The market is gonna start to speculate on this PepeVerse narrative, because the market is gonna start to think like they all pump eventually, because we're gonna go from the disbelief to belief to FOMO, right? And we're gonna start to see this playing over and over and over and over, and this gonna start to, like, even now with this Andy, we're gonna see maybe something like this, and people are gonna be like, ah, I was wrong and all that, and then like the G's are gonna G's, and then we'll see another pump, and it keeps going like that. But the most important to understand here, guys, is I do personally, right? And you're seeing it now. I'm giving you a few examples, right? That the PepeVerse is gonna play out this cycle, is gonna be the biggest narrative by far. Now, Brett on Base is at $1 billion in its market cap, showing some massive strength now. People start to believe in it against it. People start to think, all right, so this is happening. Now this is top meme coin on the Base chain, which is perfect now, because now we resolved this problem, or we resolved the issue, right? People were split between Toshi or Brett. Now, even though I still personally think Toshi is gonna pull the billion also, right? Because now it's 5x from there. It's at 200 million. I still think Toshi is gonna pull that, right? So just to keep that in mind. But as investors, we want to stay bias free. We don't want to have a bias towards anything, right? Now, Brett on Base is the top meme coin on Base now. And you know what this did now is that it set a narrative, which what we are actually hunting for. We're hunting for a narrative on that certain blockchain or in that certain place. And Brett is a PepeVerse coin. And now, as you've seen, guys, if you go to any PepeVerse related coin on the Base chain, you'll see they all had that spike because people speculate on that. So now we know that. Now we know, all right, so the Base chain PepeVerse coins are gonna keep rallying in this bull market, so we can safely, or like quote unquote cryptocurrency safe kind of stuff, that these coins are gonna keep pushing forward and gonna keep pumping. So if we have some gems today, even though if they are not pumping, now we kind of see it. Once we're gonna get that massive hype in euphoria in the bull market, I know it's hard to imagine now that we're gonna get a bull market, but as soon as we're gonna get that, these coins are gonna capture that liquidity, that speculation. People are gonna want those coins. That's the most important, right? That's what we are here for. We're trying to buy cheap, super cheap stuff related to the most expensive stuff that we can capture those 100, 1000 X's, 10,000 X's, and that's how it's done, right? Something related to Pepe, something related to Brett on Base now. The list is gonna keep going on. That's the most important factor. That's why I've been saying PepeVerse. Now we're still on to that. Very likely we're gonna have a sustained meme coin season this summer, especially because Pepe started it and Pepe now closed this massive monthly candle. Now even if Pepe just stays here, it's gonna sustain that meme coin season, because now people see this, you know. Now we understand, guys. For those that didn't see that, once people see that they've missed out, they go buy the cheaper options. That's always the case in the market. When people miss out on some pump, they go and buy the cheaper option. Usually that's what they do. So that's what we're seeing now here on the screen, are people buying the cheap stuff because they want to capture that pump, because now they believe we went from disbelief to believe. Now they want to buy the next Brett, the next Pepe, the next this, the next that. That's how gem hunting happens. Now Book of Meme is at like closing into that billion. Now if we look at Solana meme coins, now by the way, today we had SK pulling a massive run, now around 8.5 million. I shared with you this one around here when it was accumulating, right? So this shows also a lot of strength and shows that Solana meme coins are slowly coming back. Now we've seen also Crypto Banter promoting few, which is gonna bring a bit of that strong juice back to Solana, right? Like slowly people are cooling off from that pumped up fun and all that stuff, and now like strong-handed money is coming back to Solana, especially like now we have that meme coin season. It's gonna start to happen everywhere now. That's why it's important to keep holding, right? Like you held your SKID here, now you're rewarded. That's the most important, because people, when they see a coin pumping, they sell that coin that is not pumping to buy the pumped coin, and then just to later on find out that their coin that wasn't pumping now it's pumping, and the coin that they bought that was pumping now is not pumping. It's very important to stick to your guns and believe on your thesis and why you got into the coin. It's very important. Now, what we got here today is, let's talk about BONK now, which is also a Solana meme coin. Now, BONK started a meme coin season previously. That's why we look into it, right? Because this coin here started the meme coin season. For those that do not remember, Solana airdropped BONK coin on their phone that they started selling and all that. It helped them promote their phones and all that, so they chose BONK as that coin. So now BONK is breaking out too, and it seems like BONK now is starting the day pretty decently with a massive daily candle. Now, what this gonna do is, BONK is the Pepe on Solana, right? It started the first meme coin season on Solana before WIF, before DOGECOINE, before all that stuff, just so you know. And when this gonna start to pump again, right? Which looks like it's gonna start to happen too on BONK. This also is gonna do what? It's gonna do that Solana season, right? Like, you know, recently I haven't been too much into that Solana because of pump.fun and the dilution and all that stuff. But the only hope for Solana right now is BONK coin pumping. And BONK coin pumping is gonna bring back strong investors, people that actually buy stuff that makes sense, that has a narrative, that actually has a sustainable future, short-term, whatnot on the like during the bull market, not like some pump.fun coin, right? So these people are gonna come back as soon as BONK is gonna pull that new rally and it's gonna bring in more Solana coins, right? So we got BONK, Book of Meme, even DOGECOINE now is pulling those three. As soon as they're gonna start to rally, they're gonna start that real good Solana season too. So this all shows, guys, here today that we are on a meme coin season, and this is gonna keep playing out. In my humble opinion, I do think now, if we just keep doing this, right? If we just keep like looking, once Pepe breaks out, we go to the PepeVerse coins, wait for them to pump. Now, once we get a BONK or Book of Meme or DOGECOINE, we go to them Solana one, right? And that's gonna keep playing. And this gonna be possibly, guys, the easiest way to find these gems, literally, just to look for cheap options, right? This cycle is gonna only be on Dex Screener or Dexes. People are gonna be trying to find these low market cap gems. It's gonna be really how the most of the money is gonna be made this cycle, right? Just by doing some research and some easy understanding of how meme coins work. People like coins related to Pepe, coins related to BONK, DOGECOINE, even Floki, right? We'll get some Vita Inu, and it's gonna keep playing like that. Now we got also the Politify, and we got pops like ordinals and stuff like that, meme coins on top of their blockchain. This is also another narrative. So keep an eye on the PepeVerse coins this bull cycle. Now you know, you've seen an example how this works, right? And I do think this is gonna keep playing. I do think those other low market cap ones like Brett on ETH and those Lab Wolves on Base and stuff like that, Pepe on Base, those are the low market cap gems of today, and these gonna be those big gainers in the bull market because they are riding off that PepeVerse narrative. That's very important to know right now. And as well, we're gonna keep looking at BONK. So if BONK breaks out, then we're gonna have to come take a look back at those Solana meme coins. So that's about right here, guys, on today's video. I really appreciate you watching it till the end. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.